schon so viel gesehen. Das ist auf die Masse an.
Ja.
Gespeichert habe.
Das ist genau das Problem.
Da fängt man an, irgendwann zu viel nachzuschneiden.
What is that? I think it's Mikey. No.
What up, vlog? We made it to Death Valley. We're here for the Dark Sky Festival. It's a 3-day event, annual stargazing. Oh, hold up, man. Why you got your golf clubs? We're at Death Valley.
I golf anywhere. We came here to golf, not to stare at no stars.
You heard that right. We found a golf
That was
course
just an excuse to get out here.
in the middle of the desert. You know, I don't know how we be finding these golf courses, but apparently there's a golf course in Death Valley called Furnace Creek. 214 feet below sea level. So, you know us. We got to golf everywhere we go, so. It's kind of bizarre. We're out here in one of the hottest places on earth, and yet there's some trees, and they're able to grow some grass, huh? Got a big boy hole here. They're expecting me to hit 540 yards and land on the fairway? We're on the last hole. We're doing a bet. The winner gets dinner. I don't even see the flag. Where's the flag?
I don't see anything.
I guess he won't tell me because he wants to.
No, I don't see it. Just hit it towards that big tree.
All right. Just hit it, he said.
Somewhere over there.
Oh, he goes left, I go right.
You go left, I go right.
Who's gonna win this bet? All right, it's my second shot. Oh shit. All right, we're out
Not too
there.
bad, not too bad. He wants dinner.
I want dinner.
Go with the 6. We're about to send the hounds afterwards.
All right, Ray's second shot for winner gets dinner. Oh my God. He wants his dinner.
I'm hungry out here. I ain't even bit my own.
All right. Oh no. short.
Little short.
It's over. Oh.
Not too bad.
All right, I'm on my 5th shot and Ray's on his 3rd, so I pretty much have to make this. Six. Oh.
What shot was that? 3?
Yeah,
1, 2.
you won.
It should better go in. I've been known to miss.
We are entering the parking lot of the Star Party. It's over 5,000 people here and only 2 restaurants. And only 1 ice cream parlor. Everything was like an hour wait. So we're gonna starve tonight, but at least we get to see some stars.
Yes.
Can't stay hold still.
It is not his work.
Oh, 30 past.
So the red you see in here, this giant cloud looking, the red is ionized hydrogen. And then you can see some blue in here. That's fine interstellar dust particles that kind of come from the center of the nebula and just kind of spread out and make it look like a.
And then it points over to Polaris, which is the North Star. And that is called the North Star because that is where the North Pole is. So if we were at the North Pole, Polaris would be straight above us. And the entire sky would rotate around it. And so there's all sorts of ways of looking at time through the night sky. Now, one thing that is great about the night sky is that if you look at it long enough, like our ancestors did, you can start to notice things that change. So now the constellations, the stars themselves, they don't change. So if we look up at a constellation like Gemini up here, with Castor up here, Pollux down here, and then, working our way down, there's the neck, and then an arm, and then a couple legs down here. And then with Castor up here, there is an arm up there, and then another leg right there. So the position of those stars, and all the stars in the night sky, over the human lifetime, they don't change that much. We do have almanacs, we do have cuneiform and writings that show that stars do change positions over thousands of years. But over the course of a human lifetime, it doesn't really matter. But one thing that does change in the night sky are our planets. And the cool thing about the planets is that they do change. And because they change in the night sky, people in the past thought that they had an effect here on Earth. Then rising in the east, again, pretty low right now, but there is Leo. And so we have the zodiacal line right here. The zodiac is entirely along this line in the sky. Obviously, the zodiac, with astrology, those are things that people use still to this day to predict what's going to happen and what we should do. But what I'm really interested in as an astronomer is the fact that planets move along the zodiacal line. And because we have a really good understanding of how planets move, we can figure out when cool things happen. So we can sort of not only predict what, make a guess as what's going on down here on the ground through astrology, but we can also predict when cool things are going to happen in the night sky. Because these planets move. So when I started here at Death Valley, Mars was not over here. Mars was over here. And Mars is went backwards along its path into a thing that we call retrograde. Mars in retrograde, going back over here. And then Mars is going to keep moving this way. And then Jupiter is also going to move this way along the zodiacal line. And when we have a constellation that looks like kind of a capital E right now, or maybe like a sideways M of some sort. And this is a constellation called Cassiopeia. And this is a constellation that points to one of my favorite objects in the night sky, the Andromeda Galaxy. And so we're going to use this pointer right here, this part of the M. So we're basically going to cut it in half, use this as a pointer, and then we're going to go about 4 triangle heights out. So we're going to go about 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to point at this object. What I'd like you to do is look off to the side a little bit, because the peripheral vision is going to be a lot better at seeing this fuzzy object than the center of your vision. So I'm going to, objects right here, look over here, and 3, 2, 1. Let me know what you see. Yeah, so there's a little fuzzy patch in that part of the sky. Now, this is not the ideal time to see this object because it is getting down towards the horizon. But in this part of the sky, there's a little fuzzy patch, and that is the Andromeda Galaxy. And the Andromeda Galaxy is one of the furthest things that you can see with your naked eye. It's about 2.5 million light years away. So the light from it left about 2.5 million years ago and is just getting to us right now. And the cool thing about Andromeda is that we can look at the light, and by looking at the wavelength of the light, we can tell that that galaxy is moving towards us. Slowly but surely, that galaxy is getting closer to us. And so over the next 4 billion years, that fuzz patch is going to keep getting brighter and brighter in the night sky, and it's going to get bigger.
I wake, and my bed is gleaming with moonlight. Frozen into the dazzling whiteness, I look up to the moon herself and lie thinking of home. So I've promised you poems, and yet I'm going off the poetry collection for just a moment because I want to read you an excerpt from Willa Cather's 1927 novel, Death Comes for the Archbishop. It's not poetry, actually it's prose, but it's so poetic and feels so perfect to me. The sky was as full of motion and change as the desert beneath it was monotonous and dull. And there was so much sky, more than at sea, more than anywhere else in the world. The plain was there under one's feet, but what one saw when one looked about was that brilliant blue world of stinging air and moving cloud. Even the mountains were mere anthills under it. Elsewhere, the sky is the roof of the world. But here, the earth was the floor of the sky. The landscape one longed for when one was far away. The thing all about one, the world one actually lived in, was the sky. The sky. The next poem is called You Darkness, written by Rainer Maria Rilke, an Austrian poet. You darkness. You darkness that I come from. I love you more than all the fires that fence in the world, for the fire makes a circle of light for everyone, and then no one outside learns of you. But the darkness pulls in everything, shapes and fires, animals and myself. How easily it gathers them, powers and people. And it is possible a great energy is moving near me. I have faith in nights.
So the very big one is Jupiter, and then the small ones are the moon. That's right.